Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. And welcome to the second trailer of Hired Gun. Hired Gun, not Dark Tide, not yet. I can't wait for Dark Tide. Oh, it's going to be so good. But we have Hired Gun, which we previously covered on this channel. And you can probably see the video if you just scroll on the channel. But we are taking a look at Hired Gun, a Necromunda game that is first person, that is essentially Doom Eternal. But we're going to take a look at it.
Necromunda. Not a very nice place. Innumerable
Whoop.
gun factories to feed the imperium of man. An endless sea of humanity, gang warfare, violence and dogs. But the dogs are okay. This is you, a bounty hunter. It's tough work, but it pays well and business is endless in a place like this. Seriously, endless. You kill for a living, yeah, which is fun on its own. But there's also people to find, information to hunt down, your cybermastiff to feed, loot to, loot. Doing that job takes you all over the Underhive. Humongous trains pulling tons of cargo through gang war zones. Mile-high stacks of ancient technology feeding mega furnaces to pump out arcane weapons. Jury-rigged fortresses, chem labs, fighting pits, abandoned wrecks of spacecraft leaking throne knows what. It's gonna be an adventure, all right. It's busy work, and lots of people are hell-bent on making it harder. Martyr's End. An oasis of mild peace inside the whirlwind that is the Underhive, and filled with just the most wonderful people. Rogue doctors, dome runners, gangers, murderers, gun dealers. Even a barmaid has more information than you'd expect, for the price of a couple of drinks. That might seem like a lot of people to worry about, alongside the endless guilds, the Genestealer and corpse cults. Even
Holy
the
crap, they
enforcers and
flat out
machinations of the Inquisition have an influence. But they, and the various houses and gangs, all want one thing: their targets eliminated, their information found. Get to work.
Okay, there is a lot in here that we need to cover, and holy cow. I don't even know where to start. Like, okay, we gotta take this like frame by frame, I swear. Okay, so, wow, all right. So, okay. Sorry, I'm excited. Like, damn, there's a lot here. All right, so a lot of the stuff we have seen before, like the Eshers look absolutely amazing. They have plasma guns now, apparently, which is really cool. And we actually get to see one of the plasma guns actually firing in this scene.
Gang warfare, violence.
Okay, there's so much to actually look at. First off, you're doing the jumping thing. This is essentially Doom Eternal. The same stuff. Okay, so we're fighting Orks in this scene. Nothing really crazy happening here. Let's see. Where was that Psyker? So apparently you can pet your dog, which is a huge plus for me. That's absolutely incredible on its own. You get to see the Eshers again here. I forget what these women are called, but you can get them in the Eshers upgrade box. The dog looks incredible. I love that it's got a bionic eye and a bunch of armor plating and everything and a whole bunch of enhancements on it. It's terrifying, let's be real. And then we got the create your own character thing, so it's really cool that you get to create your own character. So we got a ton of different options, and it looks like we get a ton of different upgrades and everything. Like, she's carrying an auto weapon, she's carrying some type of plasma pistol, it looks like. The next one, we got bionic eyes, bionic senses, bionic enhancements, all types of things all over these. That actually looks like the Genestealer cult armor, which is kind of cool. But I'm guessing that's the base armor because two of them are wearing the same armor, it looks like. It is so hard to do this. She's got different armor, which I like, and also a bionic arm. And we can actually see a good chunk of them are actually wearing, and you can see it right here. she's wearing a recoil glove. So what a recoil glove does is it actually helps you brace your weapon without feeling the recoil of it. Meaning you can fire a weapon like a bolter without having too much of it jump back, even though a bolter's recoil is like next to nothing. But even still, like something like a heavy stubber, you'd be able to hold and fire with little to no recoil from it because of the recoil glove. There are several other weapon enhancements that you can put onto 40k weapons, like the Omni Specs. The Suspensor is usually one of my go-tos. Sacred Inscriptions, red dot laser sights. This armor is the same as the first armor we saw. Same arm here, but a lot of fleur-de-lis on it, which I think is really cool. We got another type of weapon over here. Looks like some kind of... actually looks like the grapple harness. She's got a skull on her shoulder, which is really cool. I love the hairstyle, very cyberpunk. So let's go on to the next scene.
Business is endless in a place like this.
So,
Seriously.
We get another meetup spot. We can actually see that they're cooking and trying to eat and everything. We can see all this stuff in the background, including this sergeant over in the corner, this character over in the corner. Looks like some type of head of an administratum or something along those lines. We can see propaganda posters on the right side of the screen. You can see bones and everything below this. And again, it looks like you're using some type of autogun, maybe a shotgun.
Endless. You kill for a living, yeah?
So we got some executions, which is really cool.
But there's also...
And then the Psyker. Like,
so people to
was not expecting a Psyker. Like, not gonna lie. Like, that's flat out a Psyker. That is so cool. She looks amazing. So I do want to point out one thing really quickly, because a lot of people are going to be like, she has an 8-pointed star on her. She actually has a 1, 2, 3, so 6, 9, 12-pointed star. It's not the Star of Chaos. It's not a Star of Corruption. This is actually very common in the Imperium. The skulls on her shoulders are not so common.
Information to
That's a lie. So we actually get like a bar setup and everything here. Kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk, which I love that game, let's be real. And a lot of different types of character builds and everything. So like the people don't all look like they have the same exact character build. Some people are obviously bigger than others. We can see that with these two Eschers over in the corner. One is wider than the other one. I'm just pointing this out for good game design. The place looks worn down and everything. And this just looks like some type of bar.
Your Cybermastiff defeat. Loot.
The Cybermastiff looks like it has an attack that kind of looks like it's taken from Fallout, let's be real. But there's only so much you could do with a dog's execution. Then loot, which I love the way they say it and everything.
Takes you all over the Underhive.
Danger, deep water, classes.
Humongous trains pulling tons of cargo through gang war zones.
That's actually really cool, because that shows that the Imperium is still working, knowing full well those gangs are there. So it's either they don't view them as a threat, or they're well armed and well equipped enough that they don't worry about the gangs too much, or the gangs don't worry about them, because if they mess with Necromunda's actual production, the Necromunda's planet itself is actually controlled by the Imperial Fist, and they do recruit from Necromunda, like the Underhive, they recruit from gangers. The Orlocks are actually like a failed clone of Space Marines, which is why they're so much bigger and so much more enhanced than the average person. But the Necromunda gangs and everything, they have an understanding where they can do all of this stuff so long as they don't interfere with the profit margins of the planet or the output of the planet, and so long as they don't cause enough ruckus that the Ultramarines, the Imperial Fist, have to come in and clean it up.
Mile-high stacks of ancient technology feeding mega furnaces to pump out arcane weapons.
That whole sentence right there. Like, if you want a good Dark Heresy setting, Necromunda is perfect for it. Trying to get arcane technology from ancient, super ancient hive cities, you're gonna need to infiltrate a gang. You're gonna need to go as low as possible. And yes, there are Genestealers on this planet. So as far down as you go, you might run into them. And if you run into them, that's extremely dangerous. Especially being that the Genestealers will bring in other creatures from let's just say they'll try to buy other Tyranids to bring onto the planet.
Jury-rigged fortresses, chem labs, fighting pits.
So, I'm liking this targeting system they have going. It almost looks like an auto-aim, though. Because watch.
Labs, fighting pits.
Oh no, he puts it down and aims it again.
Abandoned wrecks of spacecraft leaking throne knows what. It's gotta be an event.
Now this is really cool. I want to know what this is. Because it actually looks like they're... So, there's a 40k book called Red and Black. And in the book, they make artificial humans that worship the Emperor. I'm wondering if this is something similar to that. Because if this is incredible.
You're all right. It's busy work.
Oh, look at these Eshers. Look at these girls. I love it. Like, look at all of them. The background, the atmosphere is like perfect. The outfits, spot on. Absolutely great style here.
And lots of...
Oh, and let's talk about their weapons and war gear and everything. So, she has a shotgun. No surprise there. But she also has a chem injector on her waist. She also has a lumen globe on her as well, which is pretty cool. The rebreather on her face. And it doesn't look like there's anything else crazy on her outfit. On this one's outfit, she just has an auto gun of some sort and nothing really crazy. She has, well, night vision goggles. Oh, and we also accidentally muted. And then we get the Ambull right here, who actually looks a bit different because he has the saw blades and everything. So, Ambulls are interesting in Necromunda because every gang can technically hire them, and they're built around the skeleton of an... Well, this is an Ambot. They're built around the skeleton of an Ambull. So, technically they are Xenos in a sense, but not really because they're native to the world. And these things are found and built up by tech gangs as well as the Necromunda gangs themselves. And they're typically sold to the highest bidder and brought off-world as a war machine for like higher ups, like planetary governors will use these things to defend themselves. You'll find these things in Blackstone fortresses every now and then. In fact, in Blackstone Fortress, the novel, they don't fight an Ambull, but they fight not an Ambot. They fight an Ambull, and the people want to capture it to turn it into an Ambot. So it's really cool to actually see one of these, and them being native to this world is also really fascinating. And then we get the bar again. This is just a different angle of the same one we saw earlier.
An oasis of
mild
peace.
So we got the Orlocks over in the right side. We have the Goliaths on the left, and some Eshers right, actually scattered throughout the background. So it's cool to see at least 3 gangs represented, with others referenced as well, including the Genestealer cult.
The whirlwind that is the Underhive, and filled with just the most wonderful people. Rogue doctors.
This is really cool. The rogue doctors. Looks absolutely fascinating. That's a medical mechadendrite on them. They have a bionic arm. They have a bionic eye, bionic respiratory system. I'm not seeing anything else. There's a hookah over in the corner, which is pretty funny.
Dome runners, gang.
That's another gang. The runners. These are really cool. I love the way they're looking. They're more mutants than anything, so they try to hide as many features as possible.
Gangers, murderers, gun dealers. Even a barmaid has more information.
She looks absolutely incredible, too. So as far as I can tell, she has a bionic arm, obviously. Bionic eyes. And something along the side of her that might be something for an additional, some type of bionic eye or bionic sensory organ. There's a lumen globe on the table.
The price of a couple of drinks. That might seem...
And it looks like you get a nice interaction with them based on that body language that we just saw. So let's scroll back. But this looks like you're in the midst of a conversation as the las pistol on the table. But this definitely looks like she is answering something. And I do like the animations to her body. Her corset looks fantastic.
No drinks. That might seem like a lot of people to worry about. alongside the endless guilds, the Genestealer and corpse cults, even the enforcers and machinations of the Inquisition.
So that is a lot of information. So that's 4 different types of enemies here. Like, that's a lot. So he's fighting an Ambot right now. Fighting an Ogren right now. So there might be slave Ogrens here, as well as the gang of Ogrens. Genestealer cults, and I forget what the last one, corpse runners. So the corpse grinders actually do something that's absolutely necessary to a hive, and they're the ones that take the dead bodies, throw them into a giant blender, as well as like animals and bugs and everything that they can find that's edible, and they grind it all up and feed it back to the hive itself, the hive proper, as corpse starch, which is literally them soiling greening the people. They make the people eat the people. But when you have limited resources, these are things you have to do.
Genestealer and corpse cults.
So we don't get to see the Genestealers.
And machinations of the Inquisition have an influence.
So I'm interested to see what the Inquisition is going to be doing in this game. And if it's an Inquisitor or if it's a inquisitorial agents. So it might be like acolytes.
But
and interrogators.
And the various houses and gangs all want one thing. Their targets eliminated, their information found. Get to work.
So we also got a lot of stuff on him. So aside from, you know, the puppers being amazing and having the cyberborg, as well as having 2 bionic legs, a bionic jaw, bionic respiratory system, bionic eye, and possibly armored plating throughout him. So more than likely synth muscle throughout the dog itself, as well as probably some other like chems that are going through the dog. That dog is probably stronger than any human by today's standards. We have his grapple gun. We have the injector on his arm. We have a power knife, which is really cool to see. We have some type of las gun, it looks like, on his back, and I'm going to tell by this little piece right here. He's carrying a hand cannon, or a 6-shooter. He's got an auto pistol on his hip. Let's see, what else can we determine about this guy? He's wearing 2 recoil gloves. He's got a bionic eye. And it doesn't look like he's wearing much in terms of armor. He's got the chest plate, and he's got his armored out cloak, but that's really it aside from these leg guards and a mid guard here, and a codpiece. No self-respecting person in the Underhive would not have a codpiece. So, overall, there's a lot to this trailer itself. There's a lot that was shown. There's a lot of background information. I hope that I gave you guys enough. I'm going to be buying this on the PC, or if the company feels like it, they can send it to me, and I will absolutely love it and play it on my channel. And I will think that it's amazing and absolutely incredible. So, at this point, I want to know what you guys think. Personally, I can't wait for this game. I know it has the same mechanics as Doom Eternal a little bit, definitely. But at the same time, I'm actually super excited for this. So, yeah, I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, check out my Patreon. Patreon goes a long way to helping out the channel. Peace. I love you. Anyway, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed. I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye.